We are live.
I don't think so.
Well, I see the green little square. I think we're live. Maybe we need to refresh.
Are we live? Is this thing on?
As a thing on.
Hey, yeah, we are live.
Oh boy, yeah.
Okay, there we are.
Hey, welcome.
Hello.
I'm just here to show you my orange eyeshadow. I try to be as pumpkin spice-y as possible, so I put on orange eyeshadow and orange lipstick. And I'm drinking a White Claw because I try to be as basic as possible. Now I'm going to get the fuck out of here and let you enjoy Pumpkin Spice Mashup Talk.
Wow, that was like the best introduction I've ever had. I'm realizing I usually don't get an introduction for the show. I just like pop up on your screen and I'm like, oh, hey, everyone, it's time for Mashup Talk. But yeah, I kind of felt like that was almost like here's Adriana A. But except
and
it was
cold open SNL sketch.
Yeah, that was definitely the pumpkin spice cold open, right? And it was all about you. Like, come over here, come back, cause. Yeah, we're both trying to serve you as much pumpkin spice season realness as possible. That's
pretty orange. See,
those
it's
are
like
pretty.
two little pumpkins.
But I don't know.
Eyes.
But this to me is like
this is also
like
orange
summertime.
lip gloss, but you
this
can't
is like
tell.
Summertime Rio. This isn't like autumn colors.
Because you don't have autumn in California, you don't know what it's looking like.
I want like orange autumn colors. Or I mean like brownish autumn colors, not orange.
You're fucking brown or autumn colors. Okay, now shut the fuck up and talk about mashups.
Oh my God! Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of Mashup Talk. This is your obligatory just chatting section of the Booty Mashup channel, and I am your hostess, Adriana A. This is actually a very special Mashup Talk. A very, very, very special Mashup Talk because it is not just any Mashup Talk. Oh no. This is Pumpkin Spice Mashup Talk. And just to be clear, we got everything. I've got pumpkin spice memes happening behind me and fall colors and everything going on. And I've got, let's see here. I've got my pumpkin spice latte. You can tell because it even says PSL. It is pumpkin spice season, bitches. Yeah, I know back in America, I could just, you go anywhere. Like it's literally there's pumpkin spice lattes waiting for me at the Starbucks on the ground floor of the building I live in. And then if for some reason...
Stop telling people where you live.
Oh, please. That could be anywhere. Because there's literally a Starbucks on every corner in San Francisco. But I'm now in Berlin. We actually had to walk an entire 15 minutes to...
Stop telling people where I live.
We're in Berlin, so instead of it being on every corner, you're a 15-minute walk away from a Starbucks. So I got my pumpkin spice latte. I felt, let me tell you, it's sort of like it did feel. Jupiter was teasing me because after got the pumpkin spice latte, I've got my scarf on. I had my scarf. It's a little brisk outside. I've got my puffy coat and my scarf and my little hat thing to cover my ears and my gloves and my pumpkin spice latte. And she's like, do you feel like you're back in America now? And it kind of hit me where it was like literally this feeling of like, oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I feel totally comfortable and at ease. It's like, this is such a sort of comfort food, familiar feeling of like, autumn in America with my pumpkin spice latte. Yes, look, there is a basic bitch in all of us.
Not in me.
Okay? Sometimes you need dig a little deeper for it, but yeah, I am definitely I am embracing my inner basic bitch. So I've even got, hold on, to complete the whole basic bitch vibe we are going for. Okay, pay no attention to the label. Just look at the shape. This could almost be a White Claw. It's not. It's not a White Claw. But, you know, we're gonna... Ooh, wait. You guys ready for some ASMR realness? Here we go. Sadly, this is not a pumpkin spice White Claw. It is coconut mango, but close a fucking enough anyway. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Oh, is San Francisco still having summer weather? I guess, yeah, that is not the least bit surprising. I mean, there were, California was on fire for like 2 months straight. Isn't it still pretty much on fire in places? So, I'm sure that helps contribute to, warm weather all the time. Oh. Meanwhile, here in Berlin, oh my God, it's like, I mean, I know this is fall, but for San Francisco standards, it's already winter out there. I've already got the fucking puffy coat, and I know it's gonna just get worse and worse and worse. I'm kind of not looking forward to that part of being in Berlin. I am looking forward to the part where, the corona apocalypse isn't nearly as bad as it is in America. I am looking forward to the part where, there might not be a civil war here in a few weeks. Sorry, I was corrected today. Not civil war, civil unrest. You call it what you want. Anyway, so I am quite happy to be in Berlin right now, but I'm not looking forward to 6 months of winter. I will just say that. And, I'm pretty good, Q-Pot, keeping track of Celsius. I've been coming here enough. I may be a Duma Americana, dumb American, but I speak metric. I understand meters. I understand kilograms. I can do the whole Fahrenheit Celsius conversion in my head. Although I am going to go on record right now. I love metric. Metric is easy. We should have, as Americans, converted to metric decades ago, like every Western nation. I mean, do you realize that we destroyed a multi-million-dollar space probe to Mars? I believe it was the late 90s. I think it was the late 90s. We sent a space probe to Mars, the Mars orbiter, Mars lander. I forget what exactly it was supposed to do, but something on Mars. And, these things are not cheap. I mean, we're talking, millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. Like, probably, $500 million. And send a space probe. NASA sends a space probe to Mars. Bam! Where did it go? We lost contact with the space probe. What the fuck? We're worried that it smashed into Mars. Well, children, that is exactly what happened. And do you know why? Because there were two different teams, several teams working on the space probe. But one of the teams was working with imperial measurements, which is, what we call, feet, pounds, Fahrenheit. And the other team was working, like the rest of the world, on metric. So when they did the calculations to get it to Mars, whatever calculations were in the probe were apparently in imperial measurements, but the signals that we were sending to the space probe were like they were supposed to be in metric. And so, of course, everything was all fucked up. And basically simply because of getting metric and imperial measurements confused between two groups of scientists, we just pretty much threw away millions upon millions and millions of dollars and scientific research, smashed it into Mars. Crazy. America, fuck yeah. Let me tell you, that was like the last time NASA was ever going to make that mistake. I'm still just like kind of blown away by that. But yes, I speak Celsius. Today was around, I think it was like around 48, 50 Fahrenheit, which is, or 45, maybe like around 45, which is like around 9 or 10 Celsius. But let me tell you, I love metric, except when it comes to temperature. Yes.
No. Whenever you talk about your stupid Fahrenheit rant, I need to be here to shake my fucking head, because no, you're wrong.
No, okay, hear me out. Hold on, wait. Let me imitate DJ Time. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Real talk.
Real talk. Hashtag real talk. Hear me out. So Fahrenheit. Now, when I say Fahrenheit, I'm not talking about like, oh, we're taking scientific temperatures or I mean, I'm literally purely talking about the weather. When it comes to, hey, how hot or cold or warm or whatever it is outside, like weather. When it comes to simply weather, Fahrenheit is the far superior system to Celsius because it basically works on a scale of 0 to 100. How hot or cold is it? Is it holy fucking shit, I can't believe it's this motherfucking cold. I can't even imagine it being this fucking cold ever. 0? Or is it holy fucking shit, it is so fucking hot, I cannot even deal 100.
But this is utter bullshit right there, because by this measurement, that would mean 50 would be room temperature and nice, whereas 50 makes me fucking die.
No, room temperature.
And 85 is when it starts to be nice, and 100 is really nice.
No, room temperature is 72, because room temperature is comfortable.
But room temperature, like on a scale from terrible to great, 50 should be the middle on which you can live. Whereas 50
is fine.
Imagine living outside today, right now. It would be fucking cold and terrible.
No, but 50 outside is fine. It's like,
although I know a lot of people do not like 100 degrees like I do. So, basing it on something scientific outside of yourself, fucking egocentric American, like water, maybe, what we all contain of, makes so much more sense.
No, I understand how it makes sense. I said, keep in mind, that Fahrenheit is a human scale, not a scientific one, which is why I say
is way too cold.
When we're dealing with like the weather, then I think that Fahrenheit is the far superior system, So and also it is like two old women arguing, right? Oh my God. But it's like, 50s hoodie weather. So there we go. I said it. Fahrenheit's a little bit better than metric, but only when it comes to the temperature of weather.
It's not, though. Don't believe the old lady in the microphone.
Oh my God. No, but I don't. Look, you guys, though. Oh my God. Okay, look. I may not be wearing pumpkin orange eyeshadow, but I dyed my hair orange. Because right. I am that committed to pumpkin spice booty.
This color is literally red.
It's kind of more orangey. I mean, you can see my skin is. You can see I literally just hours ago, not even got it dyed because I have not actually scrubbed the dye off. But fun story. I get my hair done by two different stylists who've been longtime friends for like years and years and years and years in San Francisco and in LA. Usually in San Francisco I get my hair colored, and in LA I get the dreadlocks all maintained. But of course, salons are closed. You guys have seen my roots like crazy. I'm like 6 weeks, like set an alarm on my phone. I'm one of those people who's like every 6 weeks get the roots done. So, but obviously you guys here on Twitch have never seen me like that. It's been like roots. Oh God. And then, finally 3-4 months later, I finally get it done. So this is like 3 months ago. I got my hair colored pretty much like a week or so before I moved to Berlin. but I don't really have a hairstylist here yet. And I thought I was going to go back to the States, but now I'm not so sure. Well, as it turns out, my hairstylist came to me here in Berlin. My very, very, very good friend who I've known for like 25 years, who I met in San Francisco, now lives in LA, has been doing my dread maintenance for years. And also, he also dyes hair as well. So he came over, and we just kicked him out because it was like, Bishes, we need a live stream. He didn't have my exact red. It was more of this orangey red. And I'm just like, I don't care, whatever takes care of the roots. So can we just appreciate, can I get some emotes going? Here, you know what? I'm gonna, there we go. I'm gonna cheer for myself. There we go. Where's the, I did. Oh, here, let me show you guys this. This is fun. Let me, what? Yeah, I know. I'm not going to knock anything over. Look what we got. It's the Stream Deck. There we go. Stream Deck. So,
and you can't tell, but I programmed in every single one of our emotes as a emote blast.
So yeah, I can. So you probably can't really tell real well with the, here, let me turn this light off. There you go. So Jupiter Gatling actually programmed the buttons to be
Cthulhu and Lucila transparent.
Here, let me hit. Wow.
Push the button.
I'm pushing the button. This is very satisfying. I just have to say here, I'm going to hit hi. There we go. Wait. DJ Time said, don't push them too fast or it'll crash the OBS. But anyway, so I'm very happy about this. And I want to shout out, I was told I can't mention their name. I cannot reveal their identity. They requested anonymity.
Anonymity. You literally don't know what this means. You're paying attention, whore, do you?
I know what it means. It's like anonymity. They were like, basically like, here's a donation. Please use it to buy gear for anyone who needs it. And I don't want you to tell anyone else about it. Just, I prefer to be anonymous. So, I know who the person is. I don't even know if they're in the chat right now. I kind of doubt it, but maybe they are. Let me look. They are.
Keep someone's secret identity.
Well, what? There's 154 people here. It's 1 in 154 people. Helped. No, I said it's somebody in the chat. Matt Mercer isn't in the chat, is he? No, he's not. So anyway, but let me just take a moment right now. Thank you. And also I'm sharing that donation with a bunch of people on our channel to, oh my God. Yeah. DJ Time is like, oh wow. Is that why you were asking all of us what our dream gear list is? Yes. Yes, it is. So everybody gets one toy. So thank you. Yes. All right, what else? So I was originally going to have guests on the show because I had Mastermind last week, and it was really fun to do two interviews again. It had been a while. It had been sort of like the, Adriana A just chatting rant. And so I was gonna bring Pimp Daddy Supreme and DJ Time onto the show, but then I got caught up doing my hair all pumpkin spice colored, and DJ Time, who is getting ready for the DJ set that's going to start in 40 minutes. He's busy getting everything all pumpkin spiced out, so he didn't really want to do an interview. But I really did want to kind of ask them both, and I'm sure they will each tell you in their streams tonight, what they love about Pumpkin Spice Booty. Because let me tell you, Pumpkin Spice Booty started off as just a funny name. It was a name. It was just a name. It was just it was especially a couple years ago when all the pumpkin spice memes and jokes started really kind of hitting. It had finally kind of reached that that point of like, oh my God, okay, pumpkin spice is a thing. And now it's like pumpkin spice season. And, you know, I think it was just a joke. It was like, oh, we should do pumpkin spice booty. And we were like, yeah, let's do pumpkin spice booty. Not really having any fucking idea what pumpkin spice booty even is. It's like, yeah, we're going to play all the pumpkin spice mashups. I mean, you know, but then the more we thought about it and the more it was like, oh, well, yeah, people can come to the party wearing their Ugg boots and their scarves, you know, and, you know, and, you know, it was like this, pumpkin spice lattes have such a reputation as being like this, you know, basic white girl kind of like beverage. So then I was like, oh, well, we're going to play all the basic white girls. We're going to play Britney mashups and Kelly Clarkson and Taylor Swift and you know, we love all that shit, right? So we're like, yeah, let's just do it. Like, it'll be a celebration of everything basic, you know, kind of like poking fun at ourselves, but also sort of, you know, kind of loving it at the same time. So that's how that started. And then of course it's now Corona apocalypse. There are no real life parties anymore, but so much of what we've been doing on our Twitch channel is transplanting those real life party ideas, these theme parties, and bringing them to Twitch. And it's so much fun to have like the Dance Commander Disco, which is our Zoom party, joining in. And like, unlike the real life booty mashup parties where, you know, we'd get like maybe 20% of people dressing up in theme. You know, if it's Halloween, it's definitely like 100%. But some of these weird themes like pumpkin spice booty, you know, you'd be lucky if you'd get like, you know, a few people that kind of get it and participating in the theme. But meanwhile, the Dance Commander Disco, it's like 100% everyone's like ready. They're ready with their theme, right? You know, so I just love it, love it, love it. And yeah, Spice Girls. Good one, Dari. Yeah, of course, we will totally be playing Spice Girls, I'm sure. So anyway, it being like a basic bitch kind of theme, you'd think that I would be the one who'd be like, oh, you bitches, I want to DJ pumpkin spice booty. But no. Who was like, you know, like, no, that's the theme that I want. Book me for that one. DJ Time and Pimp Daddy Supreme were all about it. They were all about pumpkin spice booty, to the point where I'm like, I'm putting together the schedule and, you know, they'd be texting me. It's like, don't forget, I get pumpkin spice booty. Don't book somebody else.
I'm just here to correct you. As of yesterday, Pimp Daddy Supreme now rebranded to Pumpkin Disco Supreme. If you went to Dance Commander Disco yesterday, you know Pumpkin Disco Supreme up tonight.
Right. That is what the PDS mix stands for now. It's not Pimp Daddy Supreme. Pumpkin Disco Supreme. I love it. That actually, God, actually that sounds like a pie or a pastry, or it sounds like something I want. I want Pumpkin Disco Supreme. I don't even know what it is, but I know I want it. All right. So I was going to have them on the show, but fuck those guys. They're going to be DJing for you all night. I didn't have time to set up the Skype. I was busy getting my hair done. And besides, I've got a lot to unpack. I've got a lot. There was a lot going on in the mashup world this past week. I just kind of like I was like, I feel like there's this and that and that and this, and then I kind of like looked through the social media posts that I've been doing. Please follow us, Booty Mashup, all one word, Booty Mashup, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Instagram for the memes, actually Twitter for the memes too, Facebook for actually a little bit of everything, and Twitter for the rants. Oh my God. Yeah, I kind of like ranted quite a bit. I mean, I guess I started last week. If you were here for last week's show, I was kind of like like bitching in a good-natured way about the new Neil Cicierega mashup album that seemed to get like quite a bit of attention, got like a lot of blog love, got written up by reputable music press outlets, and I was just like, why? There's like a zillion mashup albums come out all the time. Booty Mashup, right here. We release like a top 10 every month, a mashup album every month, sometimes twice a month, and we don't get any of this blog love. We don't get any press outlets writing about how awesome our mashup album is, even though every single one of them is. But yet this, I was like, okay, why did mouth sounds, mouth silence, which mouth dreams is the new one that is. So I kind of ranted about that last week. And apparently this week I've got another mashup album that hasn't even been released yet to bitch about. So, and I definitely touched on this on Wednesday during my mashup listening party. Where, Mastermind's like, talk about the White Panda stuff. So there is a mashup producer. They used to be a production duo, and now it's just one guy. That really came up in the late 2000s, early 2010s, kind of in the whole really what I and actually others, I even saw this term in Rolling Stone, sort of like the frat party mashup circuit. These are like, DJs who really kind of like cut their teeth on the college touring circuit. They wouldn't really tour other places, but they would like tour colleges. And so that's where they built their audience. So I'm talking like Ludacris, Girl Talk, Super Mash Bros, and I don't know if it's Super Mash Brothers or if it's Super Mash Bros, but assuming that there's part of that whole, frat college circuit kind of thing, I'm gonna assume it's Super Mash Bros. And White Panda, who, like I said, at the time were a duo, and they put out like about 5 mashup mixtapes, and I gotta say, they were not bad. I mean, it was like typical party jams, nothing necessarily like groundbreaking, nothing that's gonna, in my opinion, light the mashup world on fire, but solid work. And also, unlike say Girl Talk or Super Mash Bros, actually also worked well within the short form of like where they would release a mixtape, but then they would also pull single tracks out of it and be like, here's the full version of this track. And I appreciate that, especially someone who used to write songs, someone who works within a nice 3 to 5 minute pop song structure. I love being able to like, here's a song. Here's actually a brand new song crafted out of 2 or more previous songs. It's not like just little bits and pieces and samples and stuff like what Girl Talk does. To me, it's like a little bit more true A+B mashup stuff. So, DJ Tom, you did DJ a festival with White Panda, Bottle Rock. Yeah, I mean, after the whole like college circuit definitely kind of like came up through the ranks, and then kind of like ended up doing a little bit more of the festival circuit type stuff. So anyway, apparently the one guy now has not put out a mashup album in several years, like a lot of that circuit. Went on to other production, doing remix work, doing production work. But then, really made his name doing mashup albums. But as you know, if you've been paying attention to this channel at all, it's hard out there as a mashup artist. You don't know if your work is going to stay online. You post it to YouTube, it might get taken down. You post it other places, your web server gets handed a cease and desist order. That used to happen to us all the time before we moved our web server to Canada, which recognizes that mashups fall under fair use. It's like it's difficult. You can't post it on Spotify. You can't post mashups, your own mashups on iTunes. There's like no way, for monetization really. So obviously people like us with Booty Mashup, we throw parties. We make our money throwing parties. We're definitely not making money off of the mashups. It's not like, hey, I wrote a song and I'm gonna it'll get played on the radio or people will download it and people will buy it from me and I'll make money that way. No, like we don't make any money with the mashups. It's copyrighted material. We don't own it. It's pirate's honor. We didn't pay for the copyright clearances, so neither should you. So we throw parties. Other DJs, they tour. Girl Talk, White Panda. They would tour and they would make their money that way. Well, of course, Corona Apocalypse shuts everything down. So, Booty Mashup can no longer throw parties. So we're here on Twitch. And I appreciate everyone who contributes to our Patreon, contributes to, if you subscribe to this channel, you're helping support us. And thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you go to our website, you could download all this shit for free. Like so many of the mashups we play, free downloads. We don't charge for it. You're paying to help support us, but you go to our website, there's no advertising on our website. So that's sort of like, that's where we come from. That's our attitude of the ethics of dealing with mashup culture and dealing with pirated music, really. So White Panda, I have mixed feelings about, and this is why. He started a Kickstarter campaign where he was like, I'm going to do one final mashup album, and the Kickstarter goal was $30,000, which he got. He got $30,000 like a month before the Kickstarter campaign was even ending. So then he just kept adding tiers. You'll get you'll not just get the mixtape, but you'll get everything broken out into 10 individual tracks, which is kind of like where I come in. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll kick them $10 that way for that, because I would love to be able to DJ this stuff out, which, like I said, I do appreciate, and there's a lot of White Panda tracks that I legitimately love. Like I said, nothing like I would say nothing like a William Moranci or a Cummerbund or a Titus Jones or a Lobster Dust, where it's like, oh my God, I can't believe that track. No, it's solid work, but it's not like, oh my God, what the fuck? I can't believe somebody thought of this kind of work. But knowing that I could get 10 tracks, singles, as a DJ, I'm like, yeah, give it to me. But then it kept going. It'd be like, oh, if I get to 40,000, you can, there's vinyl, there's this, there's that. He kept adding stuff. Well, let's just cut to the punchline. $100,000 to make a mashup album. Let's just let that sink in there for a minute. $100,000 to simply make a mashup album that is not going to be any better than the zillions of mashup albums that are already out there. It's not going to be any better than the Fleetwood Mashed album that we released for free a couple months ago, that I just reposted again because Fleetwood Mac's totally having a little viral moment with the whole Dreams cranberry juice skateboarding meme thing that's going around. So they are it's weirdly, oh my God, this song from the 70s is number 1 on iTunes, number 1 on Rolling Stone, and number 21 on the Hot 100, the Billboard Hot 100. It's hip hop, rap, WAP, and then Fleetwood Mac Dreams. It's the weirdest thing. So you definitely posted it. I was like, we did a Fleetwood Mac mashup album a few months ago. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. I just listened to it again today, and I was like, damn, no wonder it took me years to compile this record. It's so damn good. But free. I'm not charging. I'm no Kickstarter campaign of $100,000 just to put it out there. our Halloween mixtape. If you're on Patreon, you already got the Halloween Booty 7. We've put out 7 of these now. It'll come out the week for everybody else if you're not on our Patreon, although I highly encourage you to join. The Halloween Booty 7 album, which contains DJ Cummerbund's Monster Wop, will be coming out the Monday before Halloween, so you'll have it in time for all your Halloween parties. Although I hope you're here for Halloween, because we are going 2 days straight live streaming, no breaks. So, stream breaks just to switch DJs, but basically 2 solid days of continuous streaming for Halloween. Oh yeah, we go hard. I mean, you think Pumpkin Spice? Pumpkin Spice is just us getting started. It's fucking October. So anyway, there's this definite ethical quandary about okay, this dude raised $100,000 on Kickstarter just to fucking put out a mashup album that all of us, like chumps, put out for free, So on the one hand, I'm like, hey, that's not cool. But the part of me who's also an entrepreneur and is, fairly, feels like they're fairly business savvy, is also sort of like, oh, well done. This album better fucking be good, though. But it better fucking be good. If this is now like the best, most like unbelievable fucking mashup album ever, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Speaking of albums that are so fucking unbelievable, another shameless plug. Again, we didn't have to have a Kickstarter campaign to raise $30,000, $100,000 to put this shit out there. We just ask you to join our Patreon. If you're on our Patreon and you're at the $10 a month or higher level, we just finally, after I feel like 2 months of threatening, the Synthwave, the Booty Mashup Synthwave mashup mixtape is finally out, and I finally was just like, I just need to put this shit out there. It's so good. If you love synthwave, definitely you're gonna love it. What I especially love about this album, I love synthwave, but synthwave is very atmospheric. It sounds a lot like, movie soundtrack music from the 80s. It's the sound of the future, or rather the future that we thought we were going to get in 1985. Okay. So it's got this sort of retro futuristic analog synth sound, but, a lot of it's instrumental. So because it's instrumental, it's kind of like more mood music, and it can be very, it's, the icy synths. It can almost feel a little soulless. I'm not saying every artist, but because there are no vocals, there's no vocals. It's just like atmospheric mood music. So what I've especially loved about taking synthwave as a genre source for mashups is throwing these pop vocals and rock vocals, basically throwing any vocals on top of it, which immediately just sort of like it gives these synthwave tracks a dose of pop personality that I think is amazing. And at the same time, depending on what the pop vocal is, it elevates that pop vocal and just makes it sound so much cooler. I fucking hate Nickelback, but there's a Nickelback synthwave track on this album where I'm just kind of like, oh, that Nickelback song's not that bad. And it's only because the synthwave track just makes it sound cooler. So
Don't forget that.
the what?
The chatbot votes.
Oh yeah. If you tuned in to my mashup listening party a week and a half ago, then you were part of that process of whittling down which tracks, because I probably wouldn't have included the Nickelback track, but it was like that one or another one that had, it was the same synth. It was a track by The Midnight, an amazing synthwave band from LA. That gets used a lot for a good reason. They're really great. but with different vocals. So a lot of people use the same track, and it was like Nickelback, or I forget who the other one was, and Nickelback won. Like, I did a poll during the listening party, and people voted which track they thought was the best. And weirdly, Nickelback, like, I mean, it just barely won. But I was like, huh, okay, that's part of the joy of mashup culture. This is why I love mashup culture, is taking something that I thought I hated, and then suddenly I was like, oh wait, you hear it with fresh ears, you hear it in a new context, and suddenly it's like takes on this whole new world. And that White Panda album better fucking do that, or I'm gonna want my $10 back. Yeah, it's coming back to that. Anyway, so yes, there is a synthwave album on our Patreon, and if you don't want to sign up for our Patreon, I get it. Times are tough for everyone. Trust me. We're just hustling, trying to, like, cover our expenses and, eat a little bit. Gotta keep myself in pumpkin spice lattes. Anyway, but if you're not part of our Patreon, the Synthwave Mashup mixtape will be available probably like end of November, early December, something like that. So let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Like I said, I had a bunch of rants. Ooh, this was another one that I posted to social media. So Pioneer is a company that makes audio equipment, stereo equipment, and they definitely they are like, if you're a DJ, you love Pioneer equipment generally. It's usually the most high-end equipment, the most high-end gear, super, super rock solid. Like, we love Pioneer gear. I just wish that Pioneer gear was a little smaller, because I travel a lot, or at least I used to travel a lot, and carrying around a big giant DJ controller, well, two things. Number one, it's annoying to travel like that, but also if you're traveling around to, say, countries where you don't have a work visa, and you're like, if they search your luggage and they see this giant like DJ controller, it's going to be a little hard to be like, nah, I'm just, have it. It's like, no. So I prefer having something much smaller. And Pioneer doesn't really make small little DJ controllers. But anyway, they just put out a new mixer, which looks super cool. And it's got like all the pretty blinky lights that we love. And but I was a little annoyed. Here, let me, I'm going to call it up on our little Insta here. Here, I'm going to even put my glasses on so I can look smart when I read this. So they posted this. Of course, they just released it. Their world's first 3-deck 3/4 control, play up to 4 tracks, and easily create live mashups. Want to pack more sounds into your sets? Play up to 4 tracks simultaneously. Blah, blah, blah. Never before seen feature. Offers 2 extra decks. Accessible via the touchscreen. These additional decks include a range of controls, blah, 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 hot cues, pitch bend, EQs, and more, making it easier than ever to create live mashups of multiple tracks. And I'm like, oh, Pioneer, come on. You guys make DJ equipment. Like, I don't know what marketing person wrote this, but it's like, stop perpetuating this myth and misconception that mashups are done live. Like, does remix culture get this shit? Like, do you hear a remix at the club, or do you see a remix posted on Beatport or online or wherever on YouTube, whatever, and do you think it's like, I wonder if they made that remix live? It's like, no, remixes it's a production thing. And it's the same thing with mashups. Mashups are like produced. It's a production thing. Why is there this like misconception among so many people and even DJs who should know better that mashups are done live. I mean, yes, you can make a mashup live. I mean, you can make a remix live too, but it's going to be like the most basic, simple, like thing there. You're going to be like, wow, that's it. I mean, when you it's like, as I put, remix culture does not get this same kind of misrepresentation. 99.9999% of all mashups are the result of production, not live mixing. And truth be known, if you're making a mashup live, it's probably pretty basic with none of the rearrangement, time stretching, manipulation, audio tweaking that all go into crafting this like a quality mashup. And it's like so frustrating because this is like 20 years of fighting this misconception. Like when we first started Booty Mashup, like we would get like, you know, some DJs who'd come up and be like, oh, I thought you were doing it live. You know, like, dude, do you have any idea like how to make a mashup? Like what it takes to make a mashup? Yeah, we could like do it live and it's just going to be a fucking rap vocal over a beat. You know, and maybe it changes, but let's like, you need to like, or it doesn't and it sucks. Like when the instrumental goes to the chorus, you're still on the verse of the rap. I mean, this shit is all sliced and fucking diced. It really...
And let me add to it.
Oh, yeah. You had a great response. Please,
I mean, yeah, I get people all the time too in my DJ sets who are like, I thought you're mixing this live. I'm like, you would never get the masterpiece that is macaroni in a pot from DJ Kammerband, or you would never get the You Let Me Violate You.
Oh, yeah. From William Moranci.
Exactly,
yeah.
for the Funky Town. Or like none of the Titus Jones mashups, none of the Mark Johnson mashups, because all these things are produced and put together carefully. And you also would not get Into the Fucking Robot to the sounds of Prodigy, Shinji.
Yeah,
if I wouldn't change the key, because that would sound like shit.
Right. So it's very frustrating as a mashup artist to, you know, you get this attitude from ignorant DJs, especially, I'm just going to call them out, especially DJs from the hip hop world. It seems like a lot. And I get it because hip hop has such a rich history of sampling, looping these samples, a lot of turntablism. So I understand that, but that is a different thing. It is very much apples and oranges. And so many hip hop DJs don't seem to understand that because, well, it's like, well, hey, I could take this vocal and drop it on top of this beat. What the fuck? I'm making a mashup. It's like, yeah, but that's like mashup at its like most rudimentary, most basic level. And I would like to think, despite tonight's theme, that the mashups that we play on this channel are anything but basic. You know, it's like these are like finely crafted productions. And it just frustrates me that a big company like Pioneer that is making DJ equipment is just like 20 years into mashup culture and they're still perpetuating this myth that was like, make live mashups. Like, you know, why do they not say make live remixes? Oh, because remix is not as buzzy and like trendy of a word as mashup. And this is like, you know, hey, I'm glad that mashups are part of the vocabulary and people are like, woo, mashup. But, you know, the word gets so fucking misused. It's like, you know, I rant about this all the time too. When you see these YouTube videos or hell, even mashups on Glee, when Glee was all into mashups. And I was like, okay, these are two songs, one after the other. It's not a mashup. Like, they did a few, but most of the time it was just a medley. I was like, you people already have a word for this. It's medley. It's not mashup. Stop misusing this word. God. Uh-oh, what's so funny?
No, just fucking yo.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm like, I get really, you guys, I get really, I get really worked up about this shit. Okay, a lot of you have heard me rant about this, so I'm just gonna fucking move on to the other topics of conversation I had. Oh, I released a WAP mashup. Alert the media. No, seriously, please alert the media. Although, or at least, send it to if you know a goth DJ or any goth in your life. Any goth in your life, please find my WAP Corrosion mashup. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion versus Sisters of Mercy. I don't make mashups all that often, so when I do, I'm just kind of like, I'm like this. Hold on. I'm like that. Oh, I love this stream deck. So, and I especially love it when a few goths have gotten upset about like, oh my God, I can't, this is sacrilege. You took this classic goth song and you put WAP over it. And I'm kind of like, you know what? It's 2020. If you are making mashups in 2020, it is pretty much required that you have to make at least one WAP mashup. You are contractually obligated to make a WAP mashup. I mean, there are people coming out of the woodwork who I never would have thought made a WAP mashup. And DJ Schmoley just like dropped a WAP mashup with Ghostbusters. It's, just in time for Halloween. It's like everyone's making a WAP mashup. Where's my Sailor Moon WAP mashup? Sailor WAP.
I did all smoke.
So, anyway. So, yes. I'm fully into that. What else? Oh, let's circle back to the Fleetwood Mashed album. And the reason I just reposted this is because Fleetwood Mac is very much having a pop culture moment right now. Perfect for pumpkin spice season, honestly. I mean, let's face it, Fleetwood Mac is like the chamomile tea blanket, super chill vibes, while secretly being coked up to fuck. But, back in the 70s at least. Good. Dance Commander. She's got her cranberry juice ready for, yeah. If you haven't seen this meme, I heard about this cranberry juice skateboarding to Fleetwood Mac's Dreams meme. Long before I saw it. And then I finally saw it and I was like, wow, we are that desperate for wholesome content right now, obviously during election season in America. And we're just like, oh my God, okay, let's make this go viral. I mean, because I was like, is that all there is? That's literally all this is. This is 23 seconds of some dude drinking from a bottle of cranberry, ocean spray cranberry juice, skateboarding down the highway while Fleetwood Mac Dreams plays, and then at the end he lip syncs a tiny little bit of it. And it crazy viral. Best advertising Ocean Spray has ever gotten. They Ocean Spray, the maker of the cranberry juice, literally came by this dude's house with a truck, because the reason he was skateboarding is because his truck broke down. So they gave him a truck. They bought a pickup truck for him and filled the pickup bed with cranberry juice as a thank you for all the brand awareness that this one viral TikTok video went. So that brings up, why is Booty Mashup not on TikTok? Okay, we're on every social media platform. Pretty much. We are on TikTok 2 years ago when Lobster Dust and DJ Time were like, you got to get on TikTok. And I was like, okay, I got Booty Mashup, just, squatting on it, but haven't really released anything on TikTok. Just haven't really been really busy with this platform. But, we're partner on Twitch. Yay. Thank you, everyone who helped make that happen. And now I'm kind of like, is TikTok the next platform that we need to try to do? We're not throwing parties anytime soon, so need a project. Let's see if we can make TikTok happen. And 2 years ago when we first got on, it was like, well, how do we do this? It's like, we do mashups. How does that translate? But I'm starting to see people are uploading mashup songs, and I guess not all of them are getting taken down due to copyright. And so now I'm kind of like, fuck. I want to make a little dance video to like, some, end time track or something, or, I was just talking about WAP corrosion, maybe like get myself all gothed up, black background, and then, do the trick where, then suddenly it goes into WAP and people are like, oh my God, I don't know. It's like to me, it seems so stupid and simple, but apparently in 2020, this is what people not only want, but I think need. So yeah, I think if anyone's got any ideas on how to crack TikTok, just let us know. Please email me, message me, whatever. Because yeah, I think TikTok's going to be the next my next booty mashup project. I need a project. I'm the kind of girl who's like, oh God, I know, right? I know. There's always something. I'm always making a mixtape. I'm a few days late for the booty mashup top 10. It's like, yeah, who wants a TikTok job? That implies that I would pay you. I can't afford to pay you to help me crack TikTok. Just help. Help. Anyway, all right. I think that I have ranted long enough. See, this is why I didn't have any guests on this show. I had enough to rant about. I got my PSL right here. By the way, this, you think it's is this a pumpkin? Is this a pumpkin for a pumpkin? Is it? Or is it a butternut squash? I had you guys fooled the whole time. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for the fact that...
That's a fucking same thing, okay? It's a fucking same word in German. This is a Kürbis. It's Kürbis Gewürz Latte Season, okay?
Nein.
Kürbis Gewürz.
Das
Kürbis.
ist
It's a
nicht
Kürbis.
Pumpkin.
This is a Kürbis.
Das ist nicht
This
Kürbis.
is a Kürbis. You are a Kürbis. You are all a Kürbis.
Butternut
okay?
squash. Butternut squash.
Kürbis. I never needed to say the word Kürbis.
Yeah,
listen to
DJ Time. He's a chef in his other life. Yes, the pumpkin was a lie the whole time. Thank you.
This is a Kürbis anyway. All of this is a Kürbis.
You're going to miss me when this show is over, aren't you? No, you're not. Because DJ Time is coming up next with, and we are giving you...
This is not how I talk, DJ Time. I don't say batwak-wap. I don't know what you mean.
Butternut squash.
What's a batwak-wap? What's a batwak-wap?
Hashtag not all gourds. No, actually, all pumpkins are gourds. All butternut squashes are gourds, right? This is still a gourd. But you're like... It's gorgeous.
What's a gourd? What's a gourd?
Okay, I'm over my time. I need to go. DJ Time's kind of like DJ Time right now wishes that he had the longest cane that would reach from San Francisco to Berlin to be like to pull me off. Anyway, It's 4 a.m. here in Berlin. I've been maybe hitting the White Claw a little early. Thanks so much for putting up with me. Thanks for being here for the pumpkin spice mashup talk. And actually, I'm realizing I need to change this up. Let me tell you what is coming up. It is pumpkin spice booty with DJ Time and not Pimp Daddy Supreme, but Pumpkin Disco Supreme, and they are going to be playing all your autumnal favorites. And I'm this is like just such a random theme. And by the way, tomorrow is Rocktober, so I'm going to be filling in for DJ Innate for Mashups Rock, and then Jupiter Gatling is doing only 3 hours. She's only doing a 3-hour set. And, wait, what? For the going live. Okay, so I have to, I don't know, some of you probably get the go live notifications that, let you know. It's like, ooh, Booty Mashup just went live. It will not let me do pumpkins. It won't let me do booty. Let me just say pumpkin spice party.
Wow.
Yeah, it clocks booty. as like a possible like forbidden term, and they don't want to send out an email on their behalf that might have a term that is questionable. I know, Smash Color. Oh, Twitch. Oh, Twitch. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Happy Pumpkin Spice Day here on our channel. And tomorrow is Rocktober, so hope to see you again tomorrow as well for all rock mashups. But right now we're going to get our basic bitch on. And let me get this ready to let DJ Time know I'm ready to go. Don't forget to text me go. I know, I won't forget.
Just
anyway.
Jazz hands
Jazz
behind
hands.
you. Bye, everyone.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here for Mashup Talk, and we'll see you next week. Stick around. DJ Time is up next.
Refresh if you have to.